This week, we're talking about an animal that gets a bad rap, a new baby elephant, an update on the right whale crisis, and more. Coming at you now on Animal Matters. Welcome to our Halloween Spooktacular. It's International Bat Week. Ooh, super spooky. A great week to put the spotlight on these creatures of the night. Have you heard of white nose syndrome? No, it's not something you see on dudes who just won a gnarly surf competition. It's a deadly disease that has killed over 6 million bats since 2006. Bat colonies can have hundreds to thousands of bats, and since the disease can be spread from bat to bat or from the walls of affected caves, it's a huge problem. If the infected bats don't freeze to death or starve, they're left with untreatable damage to their wings and immune systems. But why should we care? Bats are super spooky, right? Well, bats get a bad rap and are actually way more important than you might think. And, unpopular opinion, we think they're pretty adorable. And if we lose bats, it could cost US farmers more than $3.7 billion with a B dollars in lost crops and increased pesticide use. Do you want to pay more for your lunch? Me neither. Also, do you want more mosquitoes buzzing around you next summer? Me neither. So, IFAW is going to bat for the 9 threatened and endangered bat species in the US, all of which are protected under the ESA. We think the scariest thing about Bat Week is the prospect of losing these incredibly important animals. So check out the comments to learn how you can help us support the ESA and One Act for All. Moving on to something even spookier than bats. Though the media coverage is waning, the impact from the recent slew of disasters is not. Many communities, even whole countries, are facing very real, scary futures ahead of them. They still need help, so we're still helping them. This week, our disaster response teams are joined by one very special colleague, IFAW's Executive Vice President himself, Calvin Ailey, who returned to his home island of Dominica on Wednesday. It means the world to him to return home to help his country, his family, his friends, and of course the wildlife. This is a country of people who love and revere their wildlife. I mean, the imperial parrot is on the national flag. The highest civilian award is called the Cicero, which is a bird, if you didn't know that, but I totally did. The beloved birds of Dominica needed help after Hurricane Maria destroyed so much of their forests. So, our team made them a proper, home-cooked meal. But bird food wasn't the only food needed, so we loaded 2,000 pounds of animal relief aid, including dog food, mineral blocks, and our homemade bird food, to be transported to the devastated island. Folks from Dominica on board thanked us for bringing good luck, and so did their animals. Our team saw a pod of pilot whales, too many dolphins to count, a pod of sperm whales just a mile offshore as the sun was rising. I mean, what an escort. It'll take time, but we know the people and animals of Dominica will recover, and we will be right there to help. Next up, we've had a few spooky stories, so let's take a break with something sweet. Have you met Molly? We introduced her to the world this week and she's taking the internet by storm. Our partners at the Zimbabwe Elephant Nursery, or Zen, rescued this beautiful little elephant calf after Roxy, the founder of the nursery, received a call alerting her to a female elephant who had been orphaned in a tragic accident. Molly arrived in need of some serious TLC, which the team was happy to give her. I mean, can you blame them? Look at that little face. Roxy and her team of rescue experts stabilized her, and she's on her way to feeling better. Though Molly still has some issues to overcome, her personality is coming out, and we love getting to see this little elephant shine. She loves playing with her keepers and with her very own trunk. The other elephants at the nursery have accepted her into their herd and look after her as one of their own. One day, we hope Molly will be well enough to return to the wild, and if she does, you know where to find that happy ending. Here, IFAW. I'll tell you. Are you ready for our fun fact of the day? Right whales got their name for being the right whale to hunt because they spend a lot of time at the water's surface. Yeah, that's not a fun fact. And neither is this one. Right whales were almost completely wiped out during the heydays of Yankee whaling and have been struggling to survive ever since. Main challenge? You guessed it. Not me, you guys, humans. Our research found that most right whale deaths are caused by entanglement with fishing gear or collisions with ships. Not cool. This week, in our own backyard off the coast of Massachusetts, another endangered North Atlantic right whale was found dead. So at least 16 whales have died this year out of a population of less than 475. This is more than 3 times the annual average of mortalities. The loss of even just one right whale per year could be the tipping point in the survival of the entire species. At the same time, our marine team is gathered with the world's leading whale experts in Nova Scotia at the Society of Marine Mammalogy Biennial Meeting. That's a mouthful, but an important mouthful. They're developing strategies to save them, recognizing that we have years, not decades, to solve this problem. So stay tuned for the latest info as the story develops, and in the meantime, take a look at our hot-off-the-press infographic to better understand what this all means. Spoiler alert, we are creating the wrong future for right whales. Well, nothing says Halloween like pumpkins. Oh, thank you. So we're going to leave you with a pumpkin and a tiger, because we're IFAW. Big cat sanctuaries use pumpkins for enrichment, just one of the many things that separate real sanctuaries from the pseudo-sanctuary variety. And if you're the type of person who loves a good horror movie, check out our website. Learn a little more about pseudo-sanctuaries. That is scary stuff. But that's all the spooky we have time for this week. Animal Matters airs live every Friday afternoon Eastern. For updates, check out IFAW.org and follow us on Twitter at @ActionForIFAW. Remember, animals matter to people and the planet. So join us in being part of the solution.
Is it under her?
Yeah, she's holding it under the water.